Good morning, Chip. I want to take a moment here and review the lesson we had yesterday. As we take a look at this stance here, this is where we first start off. I had you get into the original stance that I had you end with on the last lesson and kind of see how things progressed. And what we're looking at here, initially, I think the stance looked great. You walked yourself through it. Everything looked good, but I'm going to show you something. I think the grip looked great there. I think you grasped the whole concept and everything looked good. We came back to here, waist high. Then all we did is we come down and through. You see them hips on them, hips turned through, down and through. Just kind of did exactly what we were talking about there, down and through. So, but the one thing that I did tell you that I thought that we wanted to address here was right here. As you can kind of see, as you go to take your grip, you put your hands on the club. The only thing that was of concern, really, was how far you have your hands out away from your body. And what we talked about there is just how far the hands are right here. Obviously, what we talked is trying to get, when you bend over from the waist, we're here and then here. Rather than having the angle going out, we want the arms hanging naturally down from the shoulders. So, like I said, simple thing that we talked about there, not a big deal. But then where we took you at next, though, was trying to take you up to the top of the golf swing. So what I did here is I grabbed just a regular shaft here with a sponge on the bottom of it. Okay, obviously having no weight to it, no club, just initially just taking a normal shaft with the sponge, and all I wanted you to do was we turn back to waist high, and then what I wanted you to have the feeling of is just taking the right hand off and then turning up to where the left arm pointed to 10 o'clock and the club pointed to 2 o'clock. Kind of watch you here as you're trying to go through it here. You kind of had those feelings there, just feeling the difference of it. And that's all I was wanting you to do is just taking it back to there and taking it up. All right? So I had you just do that, just taking it up to just 9 o'clock there in the beginning and just had you work on that for about 10 minutes. And then what we talked about was right here, trying to get you to where as you were going up, you're here. As you get to that 9 o'clock position, you start feeling the hands going up. So the hands are going up, the shoulders are turning. And what we talked about is having those shoulders turn to where they're perpendicular to the line. So that meaning that if we had the heads-on view to you here, what you would see is that the shoulders would be, if there was a ball right here, the shoulders would be in line with it, or vice versa would be perpendicular to this line here. Okay, but in a sense, as we look out, both shoulder blades would be pointing out towards the target. We wanted to see the club go up and over this right shoulder, keeping the hands, in a sense, right in front of us. That's most important, trying to keep those hands in front as you take it up. And what was the time again? 10 and 2. So hands at 10, arms at 10, club at 2. So then all from there, what we talked about there is I just had you to do that and just feel that position now from here, that right elbow coming to your side, slowly coming down, and then feeling the hips turning through as you come down and through this position. Now, the biggest thing that I gave you through, and you can kind of see right there, is I created a barrel for you. I wanted you to swing within this barrel, and I wanted you to turn back and forth within this position. Just by doing that, it allowed you to feel that position back, turn back to the top, turn down, and through. So, and this is the last position that we talked about, this next one, but unfortunately I was having trouble with that iPad there. But all I want you to do is to take a big ball, so the screen's a little bit of to the side here. Sorry for that pause there, I had to sneeze, but as you see your turn back here, left hip is turned back. We've got the weight back to the right-hand side. Arms are up and over that left shoulder, or that right shoulder. We come down, hands come down. Body turns through. Ball goes forward. And what we talked about, but just by doing that, is using any kind of tennis ball, big wiffle ball, anything in that case to get you to have that feeling of just that object being there. You know, not necessarily having to hit it and flying it 50 yards away, but initially just having that transition back and forth. You know, ideally what we would see here is as you're doing this, I want to show you, try to look for Rory McIlroy here. Give me 2 seconds here. Here we go. So you see Rory, as Rory takes the club back to here, there's that waist-high position I was talking to you about. You see that there's not a lot of movement in the lower body, but then as we go up to our 10 o'clock position, you kind of see how from just waist-high, how he starts to hinge those hands like we talked about. Just letting the club go up. To right about there. There's our 10 and 2 position. Hands at 10, club at 2. And to see a little more of a face-on view of that, what we'll see here, let's get them right there. I know I've got the face-on of them here. All right. So it's the same type of move that we see. There's that waist high. There's starting to hinge. And that's about where I want you to take it right now. If we look here, here's the 10, here's the 2. That's what we want to see. For you, we want to see it in the back here. See how the arms go up, you know, just over that right shoulder. And that's kind of what we're wanting to see. You know, just see that position where we're seeing the shoulders turn to where here's this perpendicular position that we talked about right here. There's Rory right there. Shoulders facing the target, perpendicular to the line, as you see there. Okay. So getting back to your golf swing here, as we take a look at it here, and you can see that position. I want to get you back to this where you see it a little bit better, but you can just see a little bit more what we're discussing here. I like this next one a little bit better. Let's get right there. Let's go back to there. That position there, obviously, for the first couple times, I want you looking at it. You know, I want you to be able to look at it, see exactly where you're at and what you're doing. So nice position. You know, just keeping that focus, but eventually getting to the point that as you're turning back here, you can look straight down at the ground and look at the ball. All right. Now, if you have any questions, by all means, I want you to shoot me an email or give me a call, 314-724-6539. Email is michaelwyattgolf@gmail.com. If not, I will look forward to seeing you. I hope everything goes well. And if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Talk to you later, sir. Bye-bye.